You need to show them who you are.
Love them, Cal, the way we loved you.
Fly, son. It's time.
YouTube, welcome to Funk's channel. I appreciate you coming out, and yo, this is my review of Zack Snyder's Justice League. And you know what? Might be some spoilers in this, so just be wary that there might be some spoilers that I'll come across on some things that really hit me. As you can see, like all the lines, all the dialogue that was in this movie, the one that hit the hardest for me was when Jonathan Kidd and Jor-El was talking to Superman before he did his Superman 2.0 flight. It took me back to Man of Steel when he first took off. Because, you know, when he took off in Man of Steel, he flew, but he fell into the mountain. And then Jor-El started talking to him. And I don't know, when you saw Superman smiling in Man of Steel, it pulled the heartstrings. Like, I damn near teared up. The same thing for this, that whole dialogue between having both fathers talking to him, saying, hey, it's been a hard time for you. We understand. But, hey, love them like we love you. Fly, son, that hit me hard. I ain't gonna lie. I was telling my wife, I was like, hey, if I tear up a little bit, but that was the only part of the movie that really hit me emotionally. I didn't even think that would even happen in this movie. But there's so much to unpack in this movie, from the beginning title sequence where it takes you from the ending of BVS, Batman versus Superman, till seeing it between Batman and Wonder Woman's from their point of view and Lois Lane's point of view, the death cry Superman, just everyone's point of view, to how the mother boxes are activated. We didn't get none of that in the 2017 version. In my eyes, that version no longer exists. If you have it, burn it, give it a goodwill, shoot it, do whatever. But if you have it, just that is, even though it's canon to the WB, you know what? With all this multiverse stuff going on, what if that is a version of the multiverse version of a Justice League on Earth, some 29 or some shit? I don't know. I'm just saying. But this version, is a cohesive story. Everything makes sense now. Everything comes together to a point where you understand why certain things happen in BBS, and you see how things play out. Now, there are jokes in this movie, but they're not like jokes that were in 2017. Joss Whedon had too many jokes. It was too many jokes. No, like the Flash wasn't that serious. Batman had some cringy jokes. It didn't make any sense. Now, on Zack Snyder's point of view, in his past movies like Man of Steel and BVS, they were subtle, small jokes or whatnot. There are more jokes in this movie versus off of his previous two movies, which tonally made the movie a little less serious than BVS. But it's a hell of a lot serious than 2017 version of Justice League that we got. Now, these are the things that, and we get in spoiler territory, these are the things that I like. Steppenwolf, alpha male, badass, wrecking house, a true threat to this world. That's the thing that was like one of the things that stood out. Like, it took Steppenwolf time to actually find the mother box. He just didn't pop up. He was doing investigating. He was actually trying to find where these mother boxes were and interrogating people. Like, it wasn't when he popped up, oh, I got it, beat you up, bam, I'm out, 2 minutes. Like, it wasn't no real threat in that version. But this version, he is a threat to the planet, you know? So, I mean, the action scene with the Amazons, he was wrecking house. I was like, oh, she's not gonna have a good day at all. This, you should have stayed in the Citadel or what? I don't know, but and then just the action scenes are more crisp, and you can tell which shots are Zack Snyder's and which ones was Joss Whedon's when you look at the version. Some of the shots in this movie I thought was shot by Joss Whedon, but they were actually shot by Zack. Like, there were certain scenes, like with the Flash, I was like, oh, he did shoot that. But man, but Steppenwolf comes in there, Rex house and Themyscira, and then the scene when they were in the water and when they went to Atlantis, though, I did not expect. I mean, I knew Steppenwolf was gonna fuck some people up, but he was chopping folks in half. I was like, well, damn. It was like, if you ever see National Geographic and you see when sharks go out in the water and they go for their prey and you see all the blood everywhere, that's exactly what that reminded me of. I was just like, oh shit. The only thing that I didn't understand was why Mira had a British accent all of a sudden. So she didn't have a British accent in Aquaman either. So she didn't have a British accent in the 2017. So they either redubbed over that. But honestly, I dug the British accent. Really, that's probably like one of the plot points that I saw. I was like, oh well, why has she got a British accent now? But I didn't mind it. It didn't take me out from the experience. But that's, speaking of experience, the 4:3 ratio. I like that. To me, I like that because it was specifically filmed for IMAX. Like within the first 5-10 minutes, I didn't even notice the black bars on the side because you were so immersed in what's going on. You don't even see the black bars. Like this will be my third time watching it, and today will be my third time watching it again. But you don't even pay attention to it because it brings you. I don't know. For me, it just pushed you into the environment better than that. I don't know. It's just me. I didn't mind it. But man, the nightmare scenes were amazing. It answered a lot of questions about why, like the anti-life equation. I didn't think that was going to come up. And you see what plays out in a distant future that may or may not happen. And you finally find out about the Flash scene, when Flash goes back in time, but they don't show that. But you kind of understand it because you see him in a nightmare scene with his Flash suit on, and they have this long dialogue with Joker, and I was sitting there like, damn, this is crazy. But there was a lot of subtle things. Like, I'm gonna go back some here. There was a part in the movie when Lois Lane was, Lois Lane's whole point in the movie really is to mourn Superman and Clark, pretty much. She was mourning Clark the whole time because, in the 2017 version, she just pops up because Bruce brought her and we all like, what the hell is this? But in this version, she is actually going there every day to the statue or whatnot to pay respects, and because she misses her love, man. She was, she goes there to mourn, and so every day that she does that. But when Superman's resurrected, she just happened to be there because that's her normal route every day, and she sees Superman's resurrection, and because Clark is back, she's there, and it brings him back to Earth. Well, not Earth. He remembers because this is my thing. When they brought Superman back with the mother box and Cyborg was in the mother box at the same time. Well, not in the mother box, but he had his hand on there and the computer was telling him this is a irreversible change, that you can't change this. And the future is now the present or whatnot. I believe the things that they were seeing when Cyborg was plugged in, were in sync with the mother box when he was fusing at that time to bring Superman back. The stuff that was in the mother box, I believe Superman saw that. So when he came back, he thought he was in that reality. So when he starts seeing Cyborg, Wonder Woman, and all that, he was thinking he was in that future that Cyborg saw. And he goes, AWOL. He started wrecking house on everyone. That's my thought process about it, because at the same time, when Clark saw Lois, he just reverted back and was like, oh shit, you alive. Like, that's how he looked. He was like, and when you go back and look at the nightmare scene, he has that exact same look when, spoiler alert, holds Lois' body in his hand. Because look, I figured out on the second viewing. I didn't pay attention to that on the first viewing. I didn't know who he was holding. But the second viewing, I noticed it was in the Bat Cave. If you look to the right, you see the Robin suit, and he's holding his corpse, or her corpse, and then Darkseid put his hands on Superman's back, and then he takes over with the anti-life equation. But at that time, that facial expression that he has is the almost same exact facial expression when he saw Lois come around the car and then took off after that. So that right there was like, huh, I wonder if he had incorporated the memories from that future when he was brought back to life through the mother box, and he thought he was in that future, and that's why he was going ape hell on everybody. But the other thing was when Lois was waking up that morning and she went and grabbed the press out, there was a pregnancy kit in there, and it did this, the visual of it, like first the visuals on the press card, and then it slightly moved, zoomed in and zoomed out on the pregnancy kit. I noticed that on the second viewing. I was like, oh shit, he's trying to tell us Lois is pregnant. Now on the storyboard, I don't know if they're gonna go with this, but it's supposed to be Bruce's child because they supposed to have this love affair. But I don't know if they still supposed to do that storyboard that Zack originally had planned. It might be Superman's son, and we might get the the Jonathan Kent Superboy thing if it really plays down that way. But we don't know. I just know that Restore the Snyderverse need to be a trending thing right now. I know that. So, but that was the other thing I noticed was the pregnancy test. And then also at the end of the movie, when he tells Bruce that, how did you get the house back? And he's like, I bought the bank. And he also says, oh, by the way, congratulations. And when Martha and Lois are walking into the house, I noticed this at the end of watching it last night. You see a baby, I don't know if that's a carriage or the baby cradle. You see the cradle. Because I thought it was a picnic basket at first. On the first viewing, I thought it was a picnic basket. Second viewing, I was like, hold up. Congratulations. And then when they panned through, I'm like, wait a minute, that's a baby carriage, or the one that looks like the one, you know what I'm talking about. But I was like, oh snap. But man, I'm sorry. Cyborg 2, I don't know why they cut his whole backstory out. I have no clue. I have so much love for Cyborg now because in the 2017, I didn't care about Cyborg. I really care about Cyborg now because they say he's the heart of the movie. To me, he plays a very big role in the movie. Him and the Flash plays a very big role, and the Flash is a lot more serious than he was. I mean, he still have his quirky jokes. I believe that's Wally West's, his quirkiness, because in the comics and growing up and watching Justice League and Justice League United and all that back in the day, Barry was always the serious one, and Wally was the one that was always cracking jokes and the funny one. But I mean, I don't have a problem with it as long as they didn't take me out the experience like they did in 2017 with the Flash always tripping on themselves, falling over Wonder Woman. That whole mess, that mess is not in here. Yeah, there's one part where he does trip, but it makes sense because he I don't know. He tripped up once, but the other parts that you see in there were legit like, oh, I need to get the hell out the way. He phases through walls. It was one that he phased through the wall when they trying to bring back Superman. I didn't notice that. I don't even know if that was in the original Justice League in 2017, but he phased through the wall and hit because he was running so fast. And he teased time travel in the beginning when they brought him back, because when he jump starts the mother box and the mother box hits the water too late, but he jump starts and reverses time, and you see the mother box come back up, and then he hits the point of contact, and then he jump starts the mother box. And then the ending scene too, he was like, Barry, you gotta break that one rule. You gotta break that one rule. You gotta run really fast right now. Like that whole shot, like I like that shot because it shows how serious he was. He's like, I gotta do it right now. And he takes off. And I did not expect this. Theoretically, if you really want to be real, in this movie, Justice League really lost. If you thought about it, they technically lost. The only way they had a trump card was the Flash. Flash was the trump card. If Flash wasn't there, that they would have lost because the Unity synced, Darkseid was ready to come through, and Earth transformed. And if you want to be real, if that was a fatal shot that hit Flash, or because he can speed heal, but if that was a shot that let it have been a little bit longer, the Justice League would have got. But But yeah, the Flash did his thing, man. He went and did his thing. I really, if I don't know what parts like really stood out. Besides the Jonathan Kent Jor-El, that really stood out for me. Batman kicks ass in this movie. He literally is not getting beat up. You know, he's actually taking on parademons. Like he's fucking them up. You know, so this movie was it was just amazing, man. It was a 4-hour movie, cuts into 7 parts. It's actually 6 parts, 1 epilogue. I was not tired at all. The 4 hours went by quick. The first viewing, the second viewing, it went by faster. Like, and you start noticing little Easter eggs now and then. Like the second time when the Joker was doing his little story or whatnot, they was going back and forth. At the end of the movie, he was like, you know, Batman was like, I'll fucking kill you because Harley Quinn wants me to save her. Well, he wants me to kill you slowly, and I'm gonna hold that, you know, whatever, that whole line. And then Joker was like, here's a truce in the card. He was like, as long as you hold on to this card, we have a truce. Well, at the when you go back to what Cyborg saw, this is why I think these are different universes now, because when you saw Cyborg version, the Joker card flies through, but it's cut in half. So it's make you think like, okay, in this reality, did that happen where, you know, did Batman fuck up, kill Joker? And then, you know, it's like it gives, like I have more questions than answers now. Like I got the answers, I got the questions that I needed answered for BVS. Now I have more questions to the other stuff. Like I wish they did the nightmare scene a little bit longer because I wanted to see what the fuck Superman was going to do. Like, if you know what, Zack Snyder knew exactly what he was doing. He really left the door open on purpose so he could get that GL 2 and 3. I'm telling you, he might not do it now because he keeps saying that he want to rest because he's doing Army of the Dead now. But my thing is, he did that on purpose because technically, if he really wanted to close the loop, all he had to do is add in like 3 more minutes at the end and have have Flash go back in time and do that, and then everything is back. I don't know. The rules of time travel is crazy, but at least the rules of time travel in this is simpler than the rules of time travel in Avengers. I love Avengers, don't get me wrong, but that shit was so damn complicated, it made my head hurt. At least this, you know, it makes sense, you know, but I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say about this movie other than y'all got to go see it. There's so much to unpack in this thing. I want to know what y'all think. What was y'all favorite parts of the movie? Like Wonder Woman kicks ass in here too. You know, she was fucking up them. Man, first of all, that scene when she was in the terrorists, she was knocking motherfuckers' heads through walls. Like I was like, oh shit. But when she was fighting Steppenwolf, the fight coordination, that was a lot more crisp and clean. When she was fucking up the parademons, like it was just so much. I really like how it built up to the point where they were actually becoming a actual team. Like they were actually working together. Like if you were playing, I don't know if y'all ever played Dragon Ball Z Fighters, but you jump in, you fight your opponent, then you have another opponent come in, tag team. Yeah, you see that in here. Like they were tag teaming Steppenwolf. That whole beautiful. That's all I can say is beautiful. Darkseid, bro. That's another one. Darkseid, when they show that part, when he did the Omega beams and he killed fucking Aquaman. Savage. Like that, man. That's all I can say. I'm just super excited. I'm really happy that Zack Snyder actually was able to, you know, let that his vision was able to come to a fruition. This is literally the first time ever in the history of movie cinema something like this happened, where fans came together and actually hammered down the wolves of Hollywood and had this movie made, and then Zack Snyder jumps in and made Zach and Deborah was able to make their vision become a reality. He literally said it. He never thought he would ever see the day that he will be speaking to everybody about a movie that he originally started working on in 2016. He never thought 5 years later that this would be happening. He also stated you never know what will be happening in the future, which I still think he's leaving breadcrumbs for other future DC movies. Because if Warner Brothers going to sit here and pull him, they going to ask him to come back. They got to. The reviews that are coming in, this is the movie we should have got in 2017. I don't know why they did that. They should have just waited. We all know we have we got issues and we go through challenges in life. They should have just said, you know what, we understand what you're going through, Zach. How about we just put this on pause and then you just come back when you're ready. That's what they should have did, because if it was me, I'd have been like, I can't do this. I mean, my heart is not in it. I have to, because if your heart is not in something that you love, it's not going to come out right. And Zach knew that, is why he stepped away, and Warner Brothers wasn't having it. So they went and pulled somebody else to come and do it because of that. Because why? You could have literally put that movie on hold like y'all did now. Like last year, you know how many movies went on hold because of the freaking pandemic? But you know what? It's about money. It's all that. They don't care about people and what they go through. And that was a very sad thing that happened to him and his family, and we all wished him the best. And, that tragedy happened. And, it's just, I could never, as a parent, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I couldn't even see that. I just couldn't imagine the things that he went through, him and his family. So, but that's one of the things about life. The struggles you go through are always something that's put you on the path for something stronger and greater, So because of that, they were able to make something positive out of it at the same time. So I really would love to see a video or a documentary based off of the how this movie was made, and that right there is just amazing in itself. But what did you all think about the Zack Snyder Justice League? What did y'all think? What was your favorite oh shit moment? Like, blew your mind away, There's so many, man, but that Superman line is what hit me the hardest. My oh shit moment was when I say the oh shit moment was when I didn't think that the Unity was going to sync up. I was like, oh fuck. And then you see Superman's body comes back to bones and stuff like that. Aquaman and all them, they come back restructured. That was an oh shit moment, because I was like, oh fuck, they lost. But I didn't think that was actually going to happen. I thought they was going to break the Unity before it even became in sync. But anyway, what do y'all think? Put it in the comments below. I want to know, what was y'all favorite parts of the movie? What excited you about the movie? Did you watch it more than once? Were you like me, waiting up at 3 a.m. until it hits HBO Max and then watch it, and then watched it again right after that? I want to know what you guys think. And you know what? I'm really excited about the future. I hope that WB greenlits and allows him to bring his vision and restore the Snyderverse, and we need to make that trending. So, but other than that, y'all have a blessed day. I really do appreciate y'all coming and checking out the channel. Check out the other content, and you all have an awesome tackler weekend.